Hello friends, welcome to another video on my YouTube channel. In this video, I will explain you what is a service account on GCP, that is Google Cloud Platform, how you can create a new service account on GCP, and how you can use it. So let's get started. First question, what is a service account? So, service account is basically an identity of your GCP project that an application can use to access different APIs provided by GCP, like Cloud SQL, Google Dialogflow API, Google Calendar API, Cloud Translate API. So, whenever your application wants to access some part of your GCP project, you need to have some identity with which you can send a request on GCP, and GCP can identify that okay, this request is genuine. That is why, and that is where we need a service account. There are many different methods to authenticate your request. With service account, it's basically relatively easy. So I hope you have got a clear idea on service account. Now let's move forward and generate a new service account. So I will go to GCP console. Here I will select the project on which I want to work. So I will work on this project. Then I'll go to this hamburger icon and IAM and admin, and then inside service accounts. I have different service accounts created, but I'll create a new. Let's create a new service account. I'll give a name here, YouTube demo. This is a service account for demonstration. I'll hit create. Now this is optional, but what I usually do whenever I create a service account, I give the owner role to the service account so that you don't fall into the trap of the permissions. I'll hit continue and then hit done. Now this is the service account I created recently. Oh sorry, it's not that, it's this one. This is the service account I have created, YouTube demo @YouTube demo. So I'll go to this manage key section. Here in the manage key section, you see add key button, create new key. So there are two options, P12 and JSON. Usually I go with JSON and hit create. So it will create a private key for the service account and it will download a JSON file. Now in this demonstration video, I will show you how you can use this service account with Python code, and for demonstration purpose I'm going to use Google Cloud Translate API. So for that, let me go to API and services dashboard. Here I will click on enable APIs. I'll write like translate. Okay, Cloud Translate API. I already have enabled this API, but when you enable this API, it will require a billing account because this Cloud Translate API is not free, absolutely free. So but don't worry about it, because for the demonstration purpose you only need to provide your card details to the billing account, but it will not going to charge anything, because we will use this API within the quota limit. Now let's go into the development section. So I have a folder created. I'll open my code editor into this. Now let's create a new Python file. Let's say demo code, let's say demo code.py. For this demonstration purpose, you will require two Python packages. One is Google Cloud Translate, so you will need this. First I will activate my virtual environment. It is always a good practice to separate your Python project with a virtual environments, so that you don't run into the package dependency issue. Okay, I already have installed that. Okay, so let's get into the code section itself. Let me first create a pip freeze requirements, so that .txt file. So let's first import the Cloud Translate API, google.cloud import translate. There are 3 versions of the translate. First translate, version 2, version 3 and version 3 beta. So we will use version 2. Let's say as translate. Okay, now I'll import OS module and JSON module. Now using this service account is a bit tricky part, because this service account JSON file is a very confidential information and you don't want to share it with anybody. So if you are using your own server and you are in charge of the security of that server, then what you can do is that just copy the JSON file and use it into your project, no problem. But if you want to deploy, let's say you want to deploy this project on Heroku through GitHub, so you don't want to push this service account file to GitHub. So in that case, what you can do is that follow these simple steps. First, let me create a .env file, and what we will do is that copy this content of the JSON file into this .env file, and I'll make the whole JSON file and transfer it into a one line, because many times the parsing of this text into JSON will create error. Okay, now it's ready. Also, the thing with this Python client library of this Google Cloud is required that we must provide the credential through a Google application credential environment variable. So let me do that. First, let me import the .env module, and from that load.env, and I'll use that method so that this program can read the variables from env file. Okay. Second, let me first read the credential variable from .env file. For that we will use os.environ.get method, and we will pass the variable name credentials, and let me first print that. Okay, so we have successfully read the variable credential, but it's in string format. So let me first convert that into a JSON file. For that I'll use JSON.dump method, JSON.loads method, and now I'll check that one more time. So, okay, so now it's a JSON file. Now what I'll do, I'll dynamically create a credential.json file from this credential variable, and for that I'll use OS path to check whether the credential.json file exists or not. So whenever for the first time we run the program, it will generate it, and for the every other time it will just read from the created credential.json file. So I'll select os.path.exist, and I'll say if this exists then pass this step, else with open credentials.json as writable as, let's say, cred file json.dump. It takes the object, that is credential, and the file name or file path. It's a cred file. So let me run the code. Let me first clear this. Let me run the code. Okay, so you can see we have created a credentials.json file. Now we will pass this file to create a new variable, that is os.environ, and that is Google underscore application underscore credentials. So this translate package will look for this environment variable to authenticate our request, and that is why we are doing all these steps. And I'll just simply provide the path of the file, and that is credentials.json, since it's in the same folder where this code is. Now let's say translate client, and let me create the client for that. So translate dot client, and it has targeted language and everything, credentials, but since we are not providing credentials like expiration token and refresh token and authentication token, we are using the service account method, so we will not provide anything here. Now it will create a client. Let's say first we want to detect the language. So let's say detect response equals to translate client, and it has a method detect language which requires a value, a string. So let me just go to Google and let me go to translate. let me say hello my friend. Okay, let me copy this. Okay, I'll paste it here, and let's just print the response. Let me save this and quickly run the file. So it has detected the language of the query we gave, and the confidence of the detection is 1, so that's a great thing. Language is RW, that is Kenya-Rwanda language, and it's a language of Rwanda, so it's a good thing. So let's move to the next step, and that is, let me translate a phrase. So let's say translate response equals to translate client dot, it has a method called translate. Obviously it will require a value which you want to translate. Let me paste the same value again, and the target language, so the target language is EN. Let me just quickly print the response. Okay, so you can see that it has translated the query into English, that is hello my friend. It has detected the source language though, that is RW. So this is how you can use a service account and use different APIs provided by Google. And I hope you have gained something from this tutorial. The code used in this video can be downloaded from my GitHub, and the link for that is in the description section of this video. See you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Till then, enjoy the life, feel the music. Peace.